Hello, I am Cyril Lemoine and I will deal with a carbon footprint, individual one, global one, on how I could decrease my own carbon footprint starting by food. I am from France, part of Europe, and as we saw in this smoke, the warming effect will have less impact in Europe than in equatorial zone. And the developed population is less exposed, less vulnerable than developing population on climate impact in our daily life. Nevertheless, the climate consequences will also affect Europe. There will be more heat, floodings, extreme temperatures, as for two examples. The heat wave struck in 2003 here, and also the flooding which happened just last summer in West Europe. All these two examples show that everyone around the world could be touched. What is the biggest challenge in Europe? The NDC, National Determined Contribution of Europe, is focusing on mitigation of GHG. Europe is the third party after China and US as emitters on carbon here. What says the last NDC voted last July? It says that in Europe we will decrease by 55% our net reduction on greenhouse gas emission by 2030. To do such, indeed, energy industry, agriculture will be the big part of it. But each of us will have to do his own job by decreasing his own carbon. Each individual is considered to produce 9 tons of carbon per year. So I will have to do also my own job by mitigating my CO2. What I propose here is how to mitigate with small choices, like considering food. Food is considered as that's individual percentage of carbon emission. Food is considered as 15 to 25% of my emission. The most important ingredients would be beef, lamb, cheese, dairy, herds, chocolate, coffee. One steak, for example, is equivalent to 100 to 200 kilometers of cars. So indeed, just by looking at food, if we could get information on food CO2 per ingredient, so we could ask our government, our policy makers to provide such information. That could help us to make choice. We could also ask to have a tax carbon on food. As also we could think as an active person to provide much information on emails to people, provide information on site just where you buy food, or to push by petition policymakers to provide law on CO2 information on goods. So indeed, let's push for tax carbon on food, or at least to add environmental information labeling on food that will help us to make choice on how we can mitigate our food CO2 emission. On my side, for example, I have decided to stop to eat 1 week per month meat, which will have a small impact, but everybody will have small impact. At the end, we will have all a big impact. Thank you.